Hello and welcome to this new updated introduction to Studio Guru. Studio Guru is designed to help you document your studio and make it easier to track your audio routing as well as your manuals, some suggested studio settings, and many other functions that are available in the app. So we'll start by just taking a look at an example studio, which happens to be my studio. And what you can see here is the various pieces of equipment that I have installed in the studio. And what you'll note is that each of these pieces of equipment is connected with a different colored line between them. And if you click on the connection legend, you'll see that blue lines are analog, green are digital, purple are MIDI, and orange are computer interfaces of various kinds. And so all you do is you add a device to the canvas. Each studio has its own canvas, and drag between the devices using this handle on the top right between the devices that are connected to each other, and then click on the connection to define what kind of connection it is and where it went. So let's start by taking a look at just one piece of equipment here, which is my TD27 drums. And if I simply click on that device, I can see various details about the device, but I can also see the ports that I have defined exist within it. So I have a MIDI in port, a MIDI out port, a USB-C port, and an analog out 1 and 2 on this device. I also can store my manuals in the system, which makes it really easy if I'm looking at a studio to try to actually get the details. So just click on the manual, open it up, and there is all the details about this particular device that I would want to see. And I can store multiple manuals for each device. So those are my TD27 drums, but as I look at this, I can see that I've defined a connection, an analog connection between the drums and my audio interface. And if I just click on the connection, I can see that analog 1 is going to, analog out 1 is going to analog in 3, analog out 2 is going to analog in 4. So again, I know exactly where that particular device is connected. And if I long press on the TD27 drums, I get a detailed view of exactly what is connected to what. So a short press opens like an edit page on each device, but a long press on either the Mac or the iPad opens up this very focused view of what that device is connected to. And I can see that right now my USB-C port is open. It's not connected to anything. And as I think about it, the TD27 drums not only have an analog connection, but I can connect it directly to the Mac Studio to send MIDI data, to send audio data, and in fact, the TD27 module can actually be an audio interface. So I probably want to define that USB interface as well by dragging between the TD27 and the Mac Studio. And then I have a gray connection, meaning I haven't yet defined exactly what is connected or how. So if I just click on my gray connection, I open it up, and I can see that my USB connection is here. I'm going to drag it to USB-C 2. Let go. I've made my connection and saving it. And now I have a new computer interface, the orange connection between the TD27 and the Mac Studio. So now when I do a long press on the TD27, I can see that the USB-C is connected to the Mac Studio, and I still have my connections to the Apollo X6 down here. So that's how you work within the canvas. You can drag devices to wherever you want them to be for however you feel looks pretty and is a nice design for you and makes it clear. But the key thing is that a short press on a connection tells you the details of the connection. A long press on a connection will actually offer you the opportunity to delete the connection. A short press on a device opens the overall editing view of the device and allows you to see the manuals, etc. And a long press on the device shows you the detail of only those devices that are connected. The other thing to note is that the matrix view, which is this icon up here, then gives you a very nice perspective of input devices being along the top, the two devices, the from devices, the output devices are down on the left. So you can again see what is connected to what. So for example, the X6 is connected to the focal monitor left and right, as well as connected to the Mac Studio. The distressor is connected to the X6. The Line 6 Pod Express is connected to the Apollo. And again, I can see very quickly what is going on in my studio. And I can also export this view both as a PDF as well as to a spreadsheet. So I can output it to Excel or to any spreadsheet management tool to actually further manipulate this data if I want to do that. So this is a high-level view of how Studio Guru's Canvas works, and we'll have other videos coming up which dive into each of these pieces of functionality in a little bit more detail. So for now, many thanks.